they are an incredible human being who I don't know how I snagged them.
You missed me?
When I was sleeping, yeah.
Why don't you have a dream about me then?
Right, so I guess JoJo Siwa has been a bad girl and she has been doing some bad things. Her and Chris House have been fucking like wild animals. Hot, raw sex. But let's take a couple of steps back, ladies and gentlemen, because JoJo Siwa has claimed that there's nothing going on between her and Chris House. And you know what? I believe her. Even though they shared a sexy, intimate dance. They even spooned in bed together. And also, there was penis against bum action. Fucking hell. So it does seem like there's a lot of tea and drama to cover, so pour yourself a mega pint of red wine because it's a girl's night in. But as if nobody saw this coming, only JoJo Siwa's penis, but she has split up with her partner after leaving the Big Brother house. JoJo Siwa's partner came out on TikTok and started slating everybody. So there's a lot to cover. I mean, in the last 48 hours alone, a lot has been revealed. And you know what, guys? A lot has changed regarding my identity as well, and I've been hiding it from all of you. I feel guilty, but it's about time I revealed the true me. Yes, I'm a Chris Hughes fan. I'm not ashamed to show the world. I've got all his merchandise. Everything. No, not really. I just saw it for a couple of bucks in the store and I thought to myself, it's going straight in my basket. But anyway, if you aren't caught up, JoJo Siwa was in the Big Brother house. It's a reality TV show where lots of gossip and drama happens and we all sit at home and watch and laugh at them. And while she was in the Big Brother house, you know, isolated from the entire world, she spent a lot of time getting close to Chris. Very close. And I guess this is what kind of triggered her realization, perhaps. I mean, have you seen some of this action? Some sexy massages going on, sexy skin rubbing. And we are going to take a look at a couple of clips of them two together, but a lot of people are now fucking pissed at JoJo Siwa. And this is all because people are accusing JoJo Siwa of cheating on her partner Cath while they're sat at home in front of the television set watching all the hellfire unfold.
Man, I just love Chris Hughes.
And if it is true that JoJo Siwa and Chris Hughes are getting it on, then I hope, Chris, you are ready to be humped into oblivion. Because that's what JoJo Siwa's good at. As soon as JoJo Siwa breaks out that tank top and stone bulge, it's game over, Chris. I hope you're ready.
Yeah, come on, Chris.
But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's just take a look at a couple of the clips of the sexual tension between JoJo and Chris. Hand placement, eye contact, passion. Oh my goodness. The sexual attention. I'm not going to lie though, yeah, but there's some comments going to be like, well, people are allowed to be friends. That is friends? You gotta be fucking shitting me. And when I say friends now, I mean pure friendship with no romantic or sexual feelings towards the other person. And I'm sorry, but I put my foot down. I know dirty dogs when I see them. And of course, men and women can be friends, yeah, but this is not what this is, yeah. I mean, she's liking the way he grinds her bean. What can I say?
Like the way you grind my bean.
Check out this wholesome clip, ladies and gentlemen, where Chris Hughes grabs a handful of JoJo Siwa's dump truck.
Shit. Got your ass.
Well then.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, there's something going on, and everyone's pissed, yeah? Fucking Cath is upset. JoJo Siwa cheated. Emotionally cheating is the phrase that everybody used. And I somewhat agree to that, yeah. You know, if you're having sexy dances together, cuddling in the middle of the night, getting a forehead kiss and massaging each other's hot bods, then yeah, I'd say it's emotionally cheating. And Cath just removed themselves from the situation. They went rogue for like 9 days straight. The whole time JoJo Siwa was in that house, they were rogue. And while this was all going on, people were in Cath comment section being like, uh-oh, looks like JoJo Siwa's cheating on you. Her penis is growing. And meanwhile, I should remind all of you, ladies and gentlemen, that while Chris was doing this...
And like cashews, nut in her mouth like cashew. Break legs when I smash through. Beef me on Twitter, that's a mad move.
JoJo Siwa was doing this.
I'ma come back like a boomerang.
So, yeah, they're little kind of on different wavelengths. And then, ladies and gentlemen, Big Brother was over. We all thought everything was going to go back to normal. JoJo Siwa was going to go home, continuing to be lesbian and getting on with Cath But no. The rug was pulled from underneath us. There was an after party that happened after Big Brother, and Cath did not turn up. Cath refused to go, to then changing their mind later on, probably because they were a bit worried about what JoJo Siwa and Chris Hughes were getting up to. And they were like, yeah, I'm coming now. I'm coming to this party to see what the fuck is going on? And I'm guessing Cath didn't get the reaction they were expecting turning up to this after party, because JoJo Siwa decided to break up with them in the middle of the after party. And JoJo Siwa went on a podcast and she told the whole story. It seems like Cath might have been calling JoJo Siwa some brutal names.
Are you that? I don't know. Is it this? I don't know.
It's one of those classic conversations.
Are you
where you're
happy
like,
in our
well,
relationship?
Yeah, or hey, I don't want to have this conversation right now. And then like, but I want to ask you some questions.
Yeah.
And then they start having the conversation no one wants to have in this moment.
And I was
then all of a
honest
sudden
about that.
and all of a sudden you're having it.
And then all of a sudden we're having it, and all of a sudden, you know, we're at the rap party for Big Brother. I'm getting cussed out. The security guard kept turning around to me being like, and I was like, you know what I mean? Like, because I understand where they're angry and where they're coming
Must
at.
have been bad then.
I also keep
guard was
reiterating, like,
keeping
I'm
looking
not in a
over.
place to talk. I was just with 13 people, down to 6, locked away for 20 days. I haven't spoken to anybody. I'm now in a room with 200 people. We're in this hut. It's outside. I haven't slept in 24 hours. I don't know what's going on.
Overstimulated. I need to be alone.
Like
Yeah.
and now I'm just like, it's just a whirlwind. Anyways, by the 16th time somebody asks you, are you happy? Do you want to end things? You're gonna just spew your guts. And I was honest, and I said, if you ask me tomorrow, I don't know my answer. If you ask me right now, my answer is yes. That obviously was taken as yes, and it was a yes, and whatever. But then they didn't want to be alone, so I was like, all right, look, come to the hotel. We can continue talking.
Why did Cath show up and start pressing you for these answers following this like experience? You're literally coming out of this mind, and you were asking for a little bit of time.
Yeah.
See, me and Cath is over, so me and Chris are fucking, baby. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess Cath must have been pretty pissed if the security guard kept looking over, being like, you good over there? Oh, fuck, the camera. But I suppose if you have been home this whole time and you're watching your partner on TV getting it on with somebody else, I suppose you would be a bit fucking pissed, wouldn't you? But some of the media is trying to put Cath in the bad light. JoJo Siwa got cussed out by X at Celebrity Big Brother's rap party after Chris O's PDA. And it was that kind of situation where JoJo Siwa wasn't really ready to talk about the situation yet, but Cath obviously needs to know what the fuck is going on. Why are you in the Big Brother house spooning with a bloke for? I thought you meant to be lesbian, JoJo. So then it's one of those things. Does JoJo Siwa owe an explanation to Cath? Or should Cath have respected JoJo Siwa's situation where they didn't want to talk about it yet? And then after being a ghost for weeks, Cath decided to come out on their TikTok and actually announce the breakup. And in that moment, the internet's ass fell out. Like, people's inner sleeve was literally hanging out of their ass. That's how crazy everyone reacted. And before we take a look at the response, Cath actually did post another TikTok, which was returning home after flying economy. Oh no. You had to journey home on a cheap flight, just like the rest of us broke people. Oh, that's so awful and horrible.
You deserved first class, baby.
I mean, yeah, but I've always been in economy, so it literally makes no difference to me whatsoever. But I suppose given the fact that JoJo Siwa does have a lot of moolah, she could have at least put them in first class. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's about time now we take a look at the announcement from Cath regarding their breakup. It's a good 4 or 5 days old, but I haven't even watched it yet. So if you haven't seen it either, congratulations, we are experiencing it for the first time, and it's quite intimate, so let's check it out. It is 13 minutes long. I don't have fucking time for this. We need to speed this up somehow.
And I honestly thought I would come on here right now with my partner being like, it was just a TV show, it was all fabricated, and we're happy as Larry. But the truth of the matter is, I decided to show up for my partner and hold up my end of the bargain of being in a partnership and being a teammate, and I flew across the world to support and be there and hold that person in whatever they would be experiencing, leaving such a wild experience. And instead, I was dumped at the after party with Chris in the next room, which is fucking crazy to say out loud. It's truly crazy. Like, there's a lot of processing that needs to happen, which maybe I should be doing before getting online, but honestly, I've been quiet on here for 2 weeks, and I felt like I've sat in this, and I think now I'm at the point of, I guess, some level of clarity that I and I guess we, people viewing, weren't crazy to what they were saying, and that a lot of the things that were depicted were rooted in truth, and I have become collateral in that truth. I will take accountability for the fact that the internet, oddly enough, did warn me and had my own instincts, but I chose.
Alright, what it seems like they're saying is that they were expecting JoJo to come home and be like,
No, Cath, I missed you. It was so hard in there. I'm so happy to be home.
and I suppose when you are at home waiting for your partner, thinking it's gonna be that way, it's a big letdown. You know, instead they were dumped. Quite the opposite of, I fucking missed you, give me a kiss.
I will take accountability for the fact that the internet, oddly enough, did warn me and had my own instincts, but I chose to believe in what I thought was, I don't know, the kindness and the connection I experienced on my own level, like in my own life, and I wanted to honor that and believe that because it felt so true, so true. I guess like in an odd way, like I don't know if you can, I haven't processed it enough if you want to call it love bombing or whatever, but it seems to me I have experienced a version of that, being told that I'm the love of someone's life, being asked to marry them before the social experiment, being adored throughout behind closed doors.
So yeah, Cath did confirm that the internet did try and warn them about the whole JoJo Siwa and Chris antics. Of course, they decided that they would put their trust into their partner, you know, the kindness that JoJo Siwa has. Licking, humping, lesbian dominant tank tops and big penises, fuck. But to be honest with you, in my personal experience, if my girlfriend was doing that on live television with another guy, I'm gonna take off my rose-coloured glasses and be like, nah, fuck you. It's over. It's done. And I think for most of us, we would have had the exact same response. We would never have gone to the after party. We would have ended it. But I think Cath was wearing those rose-tinted glasses, which is why they were like, yeah, maybe JoJo isn't really fucking Chris. Maybe. And in that moment, it's important to think from a logical standpoint rather than an emotional one. And in my opinion, I don't think it was appropriate for JoJo Siwa to be doing that stuff on live television. I mean, it's quite embarrassing if you ask me.
Embarrassing!
Pretty embarrassing. And it's more embarrassing for Cath. You know, just sitting there watching their partner on TV, like, hello.
I wanted to honor that and believe that because it felt so true, so true. I guess like in an odd way, like I don't know if you can, I haven't processed it enough if you want to call it love bombing or whatever, but it seems to me I have experienced a version of that, being told that I'm the love of someone's life, being asked to marry them before the social experiment, being adored throughout behind closed doors, being hurt by what I saw but wanting to work through it and have a conversation and get clarity and, you know, to be met with.
That is tough for sure. I mean, JoJo said that she wanted to marry Cath before she went on Big Brother. Really? Like, that bit I didn't actually know. It might be safe to say that perhaps Cath did dodge a bullet there, if you know what I mean. Or dodged a beast. You know, the black beast. After that, Cath went on to explain that everything we saw on TV was indeed real, so I would have guessed that anyway, because it's a reality television show. But I think they mean more like it wasn't any stunt or anything, there wasn't any sort of tricks going on. This was fucking real. That was real. And they went on to say that they don't have any words for Chris, which I guess is the most mature thing to say. They probably want to fucking chew his ear off, but they didn't say that. They just said they don't have many words for him. But they've deleted the response now. That's just gone forever. But I'll tell you what, you want to see something really ironic, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, I'll show you a clip right now of JoJo Siwa being interviewed where she was talking about Cath Ebbs literally minutes before going on Big Brother, and woo! It is absolute comedy gold because JoJo Siwa's totally in love, wants to marry Cath Ebbs.
Man, I want a kid with that person.
And to think that JoJo Siwa switched up so hard is actually a crime from hell.
First of all, I would say I have the most amazing, beautiful partner. They are an incredible human being who I don't know how I snagged them at all. Don't know. You know, say one day we have kids together. I want my kids to know my partner's family, and my partner wants their kids to know my family. You know what I mean? And so we're in a beautiful, beautiful place where they like America, I like Australia. We're down.
So you are in love.
Super. I called when I said goodbye to them at the airport to come here. I called my mom as soon as I left them, and I said, Mom, I'm really in love with them. Because I've never said goodbye like that. Where, I mean, I've had my meltdowns. I'd struggle saying goodbye to things. But that goodbye, there was something about it that just...
Yeah, man, I love you so much, man. I love Cath, man. I'm really in love with Cath. Yeah.
Have I never seen a clip that's aged so horribly? That's it. How could JoJo Siwa switch up so quickly? Literally, this has to be the biggest switch up of the century. But the ironic thing is that JoJo's calling Cath Ebbs a very special person, while JoJo Siwa also said the same thing about Chris House.
He's a very special guy.
Love bombing and the rolling straight into cheating is so JoJo Siwa coded. But I also do have to say, I am only a couple of years older than JoJo Siwa. But, you know, to fall in love with someone that much after 3 months is pretty fucking wild. I mean, talking about marriage, having kids after 3 months of being together. But I want to know your guys' opinion. What do you guys think? I want to know, because you're sat there bed rotting, aren't you? So you may as well just let me know in the comments. It doesn't take that much effort. Alright, I love you. With that said though, guys, check out my other videos. You better watch this one because you're going to enjoy this one. It's about a horny nurse. That is quality. And this one is just a random one, but that's my latest one. So go check it out. Subscribe to the channel.